melee at that. So I'm wondering if he can actually outmaneuver these kinds of plays. But ladies and gentlemen, once again, match point for the Kings of Kings. The Kingdom again corralling everything they have got, the cavalry, the knights, everything in their arsenal to try and make it against the Kingslayers. One more match is all it takes for Geek to step forward.
Raise your banners! RRQ versus Geek Fam, a possible equalizer that will take us to a Game 5 and a possible reverse sweep from RRQ, reversing what happened to them just last season.
Looking at some of the emblems right here, Vin with the Williams Blessing, you can see a lot of attempts to really roam around, it seems like, from RRQ. And I really like this approach from Vin and Dawn, right? Both can kind of cover for each other. If they jump on the Minotaur, the final slash can come. If they jump on the Arlet, then the Minion Fury can be used to really cover. But they have to be really in sync with each other though, so we'll have to see if RRQ will be able to do so. It's Baloyski. He's going for these really high value hooks from so far away, but as a result, the landing rate of those iron hooks are a lot lower.
So there's absolutely no purifies, by the way, from the side of RRQ. Will that be a mistake? We'll see. I mean, so far, Baloyski has launched 2 hooks that we've seen. Both of them have not met the landing, but this is still earlier on. Okay, so that's 3-0 now.
Yeah, 0-3 on that hit rate. You know what's a fun fact? DFAM are taking a page out of Rebellion's book. This is the combo that we are used to seeing from Rebellion, the Baksha and the Franco. Vincent and Audi TZ usually to secure the iron hook.
The mini knockback into the iron hook. And we'll see again with RRQ having very good counter engage. As long as Clay or Skylar doesn't really become the main target, they can really turn all these big fights around. Geek already trying to make a advance towards the jungle, but RRQ, they are prepared.
They missed the whole wave in the bottom lane though. And because of that, Baloyski is not level 4. RRQ have an advantage in this turtle. Irad first on this turtle. As Luke hovers around as a final slash for Flicker combo. Coming down another realm to get the mount, and Finn slams his hammer, picks up the turtle. Baloyski with a flicker defensively, and a boy getting chased down by Irad, who takes him out with a stab in front. Done, stunned up. Luke dodging away from Razor's grab with Ray, picks up a double, so it ends up being equal K! Flickers forward, finds a dispersion, and gets one back. Irad very aggressively moving forward, but now Luke tries to sandwich him down. Geek Fam, will they continue? A diversion by Clay defensively, and Ray tries to jump on Irad.
Essentially, that's a 3-for-2. Arashi, RRQ pick up 2 kills, traded back, but they were able to secure the neutral objective.
A bit of a scary situation though, the fact that RRQ have, again, all these big teamfight tools, and they did get the massive combo, a massive Minion Fury on multiple members, I think 4 members, if I'm not mistaken. And even then, it's still a somewhat even trade. I think RRQ, especially against a team like Geek Fam here, needs to be a bit more careful there.
Going back to the point that you were making, Miracle, earlier on, they haven't utilized it. They haven't utilized the Baksha and the Franco combo just yet, and it looks like every time Baloyski is looking for a pick, he doesn't get it. So the value that they are supposed to be getting from the Franco pick, especially from the early stage of the game, pre-level 4 especially, they haven't felt it at all.
Unity though, that's the combo with Iron Hook. No Bloody Hunt just yet. Whoa. That's a knockdown, and Minions Fury. Another round coming down, but Luke uses a Brave of Spider, able to knock up again, and Clay just utilizes the damage, dispersion, and the rotation. 2-man stun from Luke! And Ray picks up the killing spree. Meanwhile, Flicker can pounce from Skylar. The lockdown with the final slash into the Vengeance resets it now. Another dive in towards Luke, but he's able to flicker out. Look at the top lane. Chadera just munching on that turret as Ray tries to give him some more space, making Skylar miss out on that whole gold cannon minion.
But it looks like even then, Chidera is still behind.
Definitely isn't supposed to be winning in this matchup. And he did go, by the way, for the tenacity and the firmness in his emblems. Now he's respecting
and warrior boots first.
Yep, he knows that there's going to be a lot of damage, but oh, look at this.
Another attempt. Ray jumping forward with the shield unity into the Iron Hook, dying to be locked down completely. Still able to find a final slash. And Rad secures the turtle. Luke, the bravest fighter, now with a few slashes down onto Don. Picks up a kill. It's a 1-for-1 trade on an Iron Hook as well to disengage as Luke gets chased down by Clay. Trying to dodge away from the dispersion by Clay. Now a flicker from Vin into Clay's damage. RRQ with another winning team fight.
Geek fam, they gotta be careful, man. The mid game from RRQ with all these teamfight tools and a Roger and a Fredrin. And there's a lot more fighting power behind their composition. But on the other hand, Skylar has been somewhat left alone, but he's still been able to actually pick up 1 kill. So I think Geek will have to try and find ways to slow it down. Unfortunately for them, though, with the Roamer being a Franco, he's kind of forced to be a bit more aggressive.
The Kingslayers, they're losing their tempo. They're losing this tempo in the playoffs, where they have gone on a 7-win streak since season 11 against RRQ. They were a game away, and RRQ are putting up this much of a fight. Let's hope mentality is on their side, because momentum definitely isn't.
Oh, Wicker Bloody Hunt into the cancel. Vin Minus Fury under the turret. Gone with resets on the Vengeance. Beloyski bursts it down. The turret's still standing, and they re-engage perfectly. RRQ defend the turret and take one member. A boy pulled back. Shadow Stampede. Bring 2 members back for Jadira. A free hit. And he is able to find one. Irad in the back. Gets a stab down onto a boy. And just like that, it ends up being 2 for 1.
What a great play from RRQ. The read, the diversion before Geek can even initiate on that play. A great read from RRQ, and how good has Dawn been in this game, man. Luke now trying to find something. Bravest Fighter out.
Even the second part of the Bravest Fighter used up defensively. Iron Hook also not connecting. Geek still going for it very desperately. Meanwhile, the bottom lane, Rogers making his way back towards the turtle to fight. Another missed hook. Beloyski has been missing, whiffing every single shot. Uncharacteristic of the Franco main himself. Conceal. Final slash, the flicker finding a boy. Don't able to find a play right now. The Bravest Fighter is going to be used up to the back line where Clay is able to flicker out just in time. Loop of the tank, but Finn getting roared down. Skylar now all alone. 1v4 gets 2. Luke trying to run away. Skylar going to be dealt with now as an appraiser's track connects on the Luke, and one last stab from Irad takes him out. 3-4-3.
It's a 3-4-3.
Very low. Meanwhile, Ray trying to go up against Irad, who still continues this damage onto Beloy. Clay, full HP, back again on Turtle.
Ray's not full though. Is he gonna go for a certain item, or is he going to go for a recall? A boy back in the mix. But the rest of the members are back as well. Turtle is super low at this point. It looks like RRQ should be able to get this uncontested. The Geeks, they don't want to risk anything more.
Wow, man.
And the steal! Irad did not retreat the turtle, you retreat the purple buff away from Ray.
Wow. When RRQ are on fire, everything just seems to go well for them. Even Clay, who we were kind of doubting, 5-1 right here, and Irad with a 4-0. Even though it's not going as one-sidedly as RRQ would want, they are still getting all the meaningful victories when it comes to the objectives, when it comes to the structures. Even in the bottom side, during the whole sequence, they're able to actually get the bottom side turret with a big play from Skylar, just cutting the waves and allowing the minions to just get that bottom turret for free. Went for a diversion play right here, but they won't be able to find anything just yet. This is where Geek usually start making big plans. Is it a mistake though?
Onto Irad, he calls the Iron Hook and the Bloody Hunt with a Shadow Stampede. Done! Finds a 3-man final slash. Irad is going to be able to get taken down. Finn as well falling. Jadera melting everyone. RRQ made a misstep. The Shadow Stampede drags them back to hell, where Geek fam completely take over. It's a wipeout for the Kingslayers.
They're back in the mix of it all, ladies and gentlemen. The Kingslayers, they want to stay the Slayers. They don't want to be the King Slaves. And they go for a wiped out in the 9th minute of the game, completely turning things around. Look at the space, look at the comeback. Chidera gonna be able to get this tower in the bottom side. The mid tower falls, the top side falls. And despite everything, Geek are now holding control over the 2K gold lead that previously was RRQ's.
RRQ just going completely full, all in, engage every single time. And the issue is Chidera has a Purify. So when these fights are happening, they're trying to match the Netherrealm with crowd control, but Chidera is just constantly hitting again and again. That is something that they really have to try and maneuver around or plan against somehow. Because if they just keep going for these big combos with a Final Slash and Minion Fury, it's been proven about twice right now that it doesn't really work as well as they really wanted to.
Oh, Irad very close to being hooked there.
Irad, level 12 right now, but so is Ray. Uh-oh, conceal play.
Onto Irad again. Able to dash away once again, Irad. Very slippery, Fredrin.
Not going to be able to get taken out just yet, but it looks like both of these roamers are looking for that loophole. Because technically, if Geek want to go for a full 5v5, RRQ, they have a lot of tools to play with. They're also anticipating the fact that Clay can utilize the diversion to look for a proper back door. But it doesn't look like Clay want to open it up just yet. That nearly lands, but it doesn't. Look at this chess match. Look at the mind games happening between both of these teams.
The Skylar is just comfortable leaving the team to go on the other side. These hooks are getting more and more dangerous just due to how the teams have been able to get items to really get the power spikes. There with the Wind of Nature right now means that Dawn and Irad can't really zone him away as reliably.
There we go. Dodges. Not the right engage though. They don't want to go for Dawn. They want to go for Irad. Final slash onto Ray with a poisons as well, but the boy comes in with another realm just in time. Vin pulled back, and the Bloody Hunt catches him. Luke jumps in with the Raven Spider. That's a kill picked up by Ray. Meanwhile, now Dawn goes into the backline with the Brazers Rat locked in as well. Chidera still free hitting in the back while Shadow Stampede gets used up once again. Dawn will fall. Irad dashes out to safety. Geek Fam winning in this fight, but only by 1 kill.
But Dawn gets caught really low. This is going to force him to recall. And it looks like Clay is going to. I think he's going to divergent him back into the Lord Dance. But they don't go for it. They know that they have enough time. They don't want to waste in that resource. A boy going to be able to clear in this mid side, and it's a complete reset for both these teams.
Oh. Okay, it's a bit of a scouting diversion right here. RRQ, they're trying to stabilize back. The fact that Fredrin can heal up technically by just farming in the jungle, and there is a diversion to be used, gives them a bit of an edge. But on the top side, the wave has done its job for RRQ, pushing the turret. It didn't get the turret, and now it's bouncing back for RRQ. So now there's a bit more urgency for RRQ to try and get something decisive right here. But they just have to find Chidera, and he's been so elusive in these fights, man. He knows he doesn't have to force anything.
Do they really want to go for a team fight here, though? Clay doesn't have Flicker. Skylar doesn't either.
They go for diversion play, maybe.
But who you send back?
Man, too many questions. And there's so much risk involved with every single one of these options for both these teams. Ray's trying to make a play, though.
Opening up the map, trying to find a shield unity. Good spacing by Dawn. Irad holds on to the Lord once again. Beloyski looking for the Iron Hook! Oh, Irad's playing with fire!
You can see how much pressure is on both of these teams. Geek want to close this out as soon as possible, but for RRQ, it's not just about winning the game. If they lose it, it's not just about losing the game. It's about losing their entire playoff run and their contention for MSC.
Oh! That's an Iron Hook into the Bloody Hunt, into the Shadow Stampede, into the damage of Chidera, who melts him down. A good Appraiser's Wrath gets them low, but another round grants him another HP. Marvin! With a Minion's Fury into the back, and Skylar with a Lycan Pounce finds Chidera, shuts him down. The re-engage was perfect for RRQ.
That's a 1-for-2 trade, but Chidera is gone. Ladies and gentlemen, I repeat, Chidera is gone. RRQ with 4 man up. They're going to go for the Blitz here. A boy, Luke, Ray, they seem to be in the vicinity. Do they want to go for a miracle play?
Look at the health bars. Ray with the shield unity into the Raven Spider. Now into the Appraiser's Wrath, and Clay! Dispersion, rotation, and elimination. Skylar chasing a boy. Running into the hills he goes, a boy. And the Lord goes in favor of RRQ.
What a game we have on our hands, man. The fact that Geek were able to get the pickup onto Dawn, it seemed like it was over, but RRQ, they find the play, they find Chidera. Now with the Lord, they can play some macro planning to really get their hands on Geek Fam. Looking at the in-game equipment, we're approaching that late stage, and Skylar is full built. He won't. Oh, he's going for a swap here. It seems like. But Chidera isn't really on full yet. And look at Beloyski
on Iron Hook in the midst of it all. Dawn with the final slash as well. Dominus Fury won't be used up just yet. In the midst of it all, still going to be done. Use the Vengeance now. Dominus Fury catches onto all of them, but it's in the tier 2. They're fighting without the Lord, and then Iron Hook again connects onto Clay, who's able to flicker out. Luke unable to find the stun onto him. Skylar, Lycan pounds in the mid lane, trying to look for a tier 2, but there's no minions. The rest of Geek fam rotating up top to clear the Lord. There are more waves to deal with as RRQ continue the siege.
They can't maximize the value. They can't go in for the inhibitor turrets, but these outer turrets have been taken down. Except for this bottom lane, ladies and gentlemen, with 2 members taken off the board, Geek have successfully been able to defend this one. I think we're gonna go to a replay now. Take a look at how this all unraveled. That's an Iron Hook from so far away.
And look at how much is used to try and stop the initial engage. And look at how far back the real damage dealers for the side of Geek fam are. Even though Vin is able to knock the majority of them up, it doesn't really matter because it doesn't last for that long. And at the same time, when Geek fam is doing damage, Clay can't really output that 8 and 2 and 7 low Yi damage, which is very critical. Now they're grouping together, trying to maybe, lay a trap for Beloyski, who's been fishing around for a bit more value. And if they can get a massive diversion play here, they might be just saving that option for when the Lord is up though. The less you use it, the more surprising it can be in theory.
Back to that slow game. No neutral objective. They have to be very careful. With a diversion ready, with an Iron Hook ready, there are tools from both to look for pickoffs.
Everyone's on their toes right now. They understand the risk. More so for RRQ. Again, if they lose this game, they say goodbye to playoffs. They say goodbye to MSC. They say goodbye to Riyadh. And they say goodbye to that life-changing prize pool. Beloyski unable to get that hook in as they still look for more. The calm before the storm takes one mistake to turn things around.
They go for Dawn. They get Dawn. Vin! Once again with a quicker forward. Dawn with final slash as well. Right in the midst of it all. Luke gonna be able to use the bravest fighter as Dawn gets melted down. Luke flickering backwards. They have found Dawn. And look at the timer. Couldn't have been more perfectly rad. All alone. Look at the diversion into the back as well. This is all just a diversion for them to jump on Chidera. Skylar, Lycan, Pouch, Chidera kiting. Minus Fury used up, but Chidera will fall to Vin when he slams the hammer down. Irad was only a distraction.
That was an amazing bait by RRQ. You'd think it'd be catastrophic for them to lose Dawn, but they lose Chidera and Ray in the process. The 2 core members for this Lord to take. And this should be it. A boy looking for a miracle.
Everybody looking for a miracle, even Luke. But he's forced to use the bravest fighter defensively. Skylar wants to go in, baits out the Netherrealm and runs back.
That's it. A perfect Lord for RRQ.
Every single time, it seems like, oh, RRQ, you're letting someone get jumped on by Geek fam. It has turned out to be a misdirection. And right there, we called it, right? They're gonna wait for the Lord to go for a diversion play. We just didn't expect it to go quite like that. Now with the Lord though, it's a great opportunity for RRQ, but they have to try and be smart about this. Geek fam, they have the late game carry damage and they have the Faramis. They can't just go for a wild dive right here. They have to try and go for like a 3-wave push, avoid getting hooked, and take down these structures before they can even attempt at doing anything. And you have to keep in mind, Geek fam have the advantage of having a Faramis. He can get taken out and respawn a lot faster than a lot of these members, and Geek fam is notorious for using that passive to their advantage.
Let's hope it's enough. Look at the siege coming through. All the waves are pushing. Woo. The dodge, the quick feet. They're coming to play right now. But remember, Clay still has the diversion. Can utilize to go for a different angle.
Only one wave, and it's a wave into the top lane. Ray with the poisons used up already. Irad locking him down now with the dispersion and the rotation, forcing another realm out. Chidera doing work on the Lord. Irad very low. Vin Marching forward, Ninja's Fury defensively flickering backward, but is able to find two! A full final slash into a dispersion! Our boy finds Ghost Bursters as he pulls Dom back, but he's still able to find the Vengeance, and now Skylar continues the onslaught, continues to run the Kingslayers down. Baloyski has been taken out, a boy against the world. Skylar now looking for Lycan Pals, the final one to pick up an unofficial Maniac.